I can't remember what the setting is though for this to make it so it picks up everything. All tangled up. What was the setting I used to make it pick everybody up? Is it this setting?
I don't remember.
I think it's like this. We'll ask. Are we audible? Danielle, talk to.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Where's the? Oh, there's the chat. God, I wish I had some glasses to see those words.
They're saying that they're super excited. Can't wait. It's worm time.
It's worm time.
Are there any finalists? So these aren't even all the finalists. There's actually 3 more finalists that have been added to the mix. They got in. I said it. I would cut the cutoff. I would announce at 6, and if 3 people with really amazing submissions got in, like literally, 20 minutes till 6, after I had made this, because I assumed everybody had submitted. So I added those 2, but.
Takara covets my Lunchable.
But I will say that, so let's close this. So this right here, we're going to do this. I can't choose. I really can't. Like, this is too difficult.
It's like choosing which child you love the most.
Like
which one you're going to throw down a...
There were some fantastic ones. So instead of doing that, I took my top 10 favorites and put them on these little pieces of paper, and we're gonna draw them, and we're gonna see who wins that way. I think this is more fun and more
less guilt-inducing.
More yes, it makes it easier for us. So you can hear us okay?
Yeah, they said they were good.
Okay. Should we draw this out for a little while and?
Yeah, because I was gonna. Audio died.
It didn't die. I put it back. Just like this.
He said the sound died.
But it's right there. It just hasn't caught back up again. How can it be dead? It's registered on here. Thanks. Okay, there we go. I have a funky cord on my.
They're watching Amazon on there. They're watching Ren and Stimpy. I don't know. Is it okay? Do you think?
It'll be okay.
Okay, so where did it cut out? What was the last thing you heard?
The order of probably which the Lunchables go.
Okay, well, so I was saying I do the cracker, the turkey.
Where do you put the COVID?
Even actually, put the cracker salt ways down so your tongue tastes that salt.
Is there, you can tell that there's a salty side?
Yeah, salty side, and then look at this plain side.
Oh.
Then you do the turkey, and then you do the cheese. But Peach, she likes it flipped, like this. And I find that you somehow completely miss the cheese this way. Which I think is what she's trying to do because she just ends up eating the turkey.
Do you remember the lunatic kid at school who would put another cracker on top of that and totally have a bunch of stuff?
And what do you do at the end?
Ugh, fool.
Lunchables are not trash. How dare you?
You're just probably not from America. This is an American delicacy.
I didn't even get these when I was younger because they're too expensive.
Peach realistically eats maybe one cracker like that, and then she just eats the turkey.
Pizza Lunchables in the microwave? Yes. I don't know how you do that without a microwave.
Just so you guys know, we're going to use these. So we're going to play today with ability cards. And those are going to be things that you guys are unlocking pretty soon. And I'm very confident that you will unlock them, so we're doing it. And so there's the white. These are just icons. The white head, the black head, the red head. And even though this is the blue head, the pink used to be blue. It changed. It got cuter. But we're going to deal these out face down and flip them over. And then basically what this is going to do, so let's say this is pink head. This will turn all instances of pink straights, or curves like this. I can see this, right? Or, well, it's another curve.
Can they see it or is it blurry? Or is that my eyes?
Doesn't matter. So all instances of these straights and curves all count as dig 1. So it powers up pink. So you want the pink cards. Same thing goes for the rest except for black, which is times 2 dig. It's a very simple ability thing. It can add advanced play to the game because you know that certain colors are more valuable to people than others, so you might want to keep those away from them. It adds some subtle strategy.
I have something not related.
What is it?
I saw somebody said they haven't had a Lunchable because they're in the UK, and I wonder...
Do you think we can get Lunchables to sponsor this?
What would a Lunchable be called in the UK? Because you guys always have funny names. Tell me a Lunchable in the UK.
Hospital Lou.
A cheese and cracker nosh.
It's a banger.
Banger in university.
Yes. A bloody banger. Yeah, well, I'm not looking at the chat while I'm fucking doing something.
I am. Oh, and then the other thing I was going to say, person that was rolling around in the mud, bottom right, bottom left. Is that the boy that has his clothes on?
Not the bottom ones. Let's see. One of these. This is kid in the creek. Kid in the creek, and this is mud. This is super mud boy. This one up here is mud boy.
Oh, okay. Which one are you?
We should do this now. Okay, we've got over 100 people in here, so we should probably do this drawing.
Okay.
So those of you who weren't in here, this picture represents the best of the bunch, except for 3 that were submitted right on the line, which were actually beyond amazing. Especially the one with the magnetic plush. That was astoundingly good. But what we did was we took the top 23, we chopped those down to a top 10 because it was too hard to choose 2. And we put them in this little box here. But you can't see this behind. I have a little box behind this. And we're going to draw names or titles out of this tapeworm box. Let me just move.
Whichever one I touch with my Lunchable fingers is going to be lucky.
Let's just, we'll keep this up for the visual reference.
They're all saying who they are, too.
I just so you know, I gave you names. There's little titles in there. It's much like it's very reminiscent of America's Funniest Home Videos. Like this one, the one up here where the dad finds the worm. I think it's Father Finds Big Worm. Or Father...
That's my search on...
So there's that. The magnet thing was cool.
The boy in the mud with your switch, you're the only one laying in the mud that doesn't make me feel uncomfortable.
That's Mud Boy.
Mud Boy.
Yeah, there's Mud Boy and Mud Girl. So, okay, should we do it? Should we do the first one, or do you want to finish eating? Should you get some what is it, ASMR? ASMR.
Oh my god, yeah, can you guys hear me chewing?
I don't think the audio is that good. Should we do it now? Should we do it now? Can I say all the names? I can make some up. I only named 10 of them. And some of them I just made up right now because they're not in here. I only did the top 10, but I'll give you all names if you want. Super Mud Boy. Super Mud Boy is the one that's in the dark. That's completely covered in mud. They just hear plastic. They hear you munching.
They do?
That's what they say. They hear you munching.
This is pregnant
They
munching.
just hear chew. Okay, we're gonna wait for Danielle to
grabbing the slimy meat.
We're gonna wait for Danielle to finish her.
Oh, I shouldn't.
I'm finish that one.
Oh, okay. Because I have 3 more after this.
Wait to finish that Lunchable. We'll dig into this. We'll do the winners, and then we'll talk for a second, and then we'll do a few games, some serious competitive games. Are you done munching?
Almost. Let me lick my fingers and get the COVID off.
Who are you? The one who says, "Give mine a name and I'll be happy." I don't know who you are. I wasn't looking when you said. Who's this black icon with writing that's so tiny you can't see it? Do you remember if they said who they were?
No.
Who are you?
Landon is the boy that made all those weird videos.
Who?
The super weird videos.
But he's not on here.
He's not there, but he would like a name.
Oh.
I'll give you the name Mega Weirdo Creep.
Mega Weirdo Creep. Mega Weirdo Creep. Creep Boy.
Creep Boy. That's high praise coming from us.
Okay. Danielle, are you gonna pick the first? You gotta.
Okay.
Okay. And the first winner of a full hollow deck.
I can't get it when you were rumbling. Is Pink Plush.
Pink Plush. Show it to them. Pink Plush. That's the Pink Plush in the middle-ish bottom. Is that right? Bottom right. Pink Plush.
That's a good one.
Pink. That is a good one. Pink Plush.
I seriously wish we could give everybody something though, because they're all so good.
Okay, are you gonna draw the next one, or should I draw the next one?
Okay, Ed can draw one.
Okay, give me a drum.
Wait, but how many are we doing?
We're gonna do 2.
Only 2?
Are you gonna give me a drum roll?
Well, now you're gonna see how the drum roll made it really hard to pick a thing.
Okay, go.
Is this a drum roll?
There we go. I'm picking one from the bottom.
Am I doing it?
From the bottom. Here it is. It is Icky Figure Set. Icky Figure Set. That is the one right above the clay set at the bottom. It's the full figure set. It's made out of clay, and they look a little icky.
Who did those?
I don't know, but they're really good. Icky Figure Set. Yay! It's the winner! Whoa! Let's do another one.
Okay.
Let's do one more.
Okay.
Okay. You guys were so good and this is so fun. We're going to do one more.
Hold on. Yeah. Still smells like turkey.
Here we go. And the third bonus recipients of the full is
100 worms.
100 worms. It's not even on here. It was the last thing that was submitted. Somebody drew 100 variations of tapeworms and made a Twitter for it with all their 100 worms. All right, so we've got 100 worms. Icky Figure Set and Pink Plush are the surprise 3 winners. Let's push this down here so you can see it.
Can you still see it?
Once we get off this, I will actually find the actual usernames to these people, and I will retweet their original thing and say that they are a winner, and then I will DM them and get their email address so I can give it to Javon, and Javon will make sure.
Icky, not Iggy.
Icky Figure Set. Make sure that they get their full hollow foil sets. Now, while Danielle finishes up her food, let's do a mini rapid fire QA. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them now. And then we'll dig into this. I'll shuffle a few.
Can you name the sunglasses worms in wrapping paper?
Yeah, I call that one. I think that one was paper turd mouth. Paper turd mouth. Paper turd mouth.
I did not when one of the goals was film yourself rolling around like a worm.
Yeah.
I did not foresee that I wasn't gonna like that so much.
Danielle really hates it when especially young boys take their clothes off, hairless young men, and roll around shirtless in the mud.
It looked like this video could have been from anywhere for anything.
It was verging on the Tickle documentary.
Yes.
I like to get straight boys to roll around in the mud, and then I call them gay, and I extort them.
But I'm not gay.
I'm not gay. If any of you guys haven't seen the documentary Tickled, I highly recommend that you watch it tonight. It is a roller coaster ride. It is astoundingly good. All right, let's all right, questions, answers. What's the middle left drawing? Someone's asking for a name for the middle left drawing. Middle left.
Is it the colorful one or the black and white one? I don't know whose left it is.
The middle left. Yeah, you gotta tell me. Well, let us know. Let's see here. Okay. Can you add the base game to the completionist? It seems incomplete without it. I think you're probably right, and I don't see why we can't. If Javon is listening, we should probably do that, because it's the only tier that doesn't have it. Seems like an oversight. How many stretch goals do we have planned? It's hard to say what I have planned. What I had planned was the 4 Souls cards that are currently up, and the final 4 Souls card would be at 750, but there's also a white worm that is missing, and I would like to do that, but I might attach it to a social goal or something. I'm not too sure how I want to do that yet. But like I said, we're kind of winging it. If these worm heads work out, I have some ideas for a few more that I'd like to do as a stretch goal. We'd like to do blank cards as stretch goals. And outside of that, we're just going to try to make it up and kind of gauge and see what you guys want and what works, and we'll go the direction that you face us. The brown one? What's the brown one?
That's Ed.
I'm the brown one. Is this... Oh, the brown one with all the crazy worms that just was submitted today was called I Love Hollow, because that's what that one is saying. That was a really good one, too. I mean, these are all astoundingly good, but that was definitely one of my favorite illustrations. Ash worm design? Yes, Ash is going to be one of the black worm alts in the Not Safe for Work box. The Not Safe for Work box is alts are being worked on right now. I don't know if we're going to have them as an unlock or throw them in once we hit a certain number of backers or what, but they're definitely being made. I want to try to do as many alt art things for the Not Safe for Work box as possible. Someone says that they don't understand this at all, but they'll pick this up and pray that there's a rule book or something because it looks fun. It is very easy to play. I would say it's just a little more complicated than Uno, and we know how Uno is. But listen. Now we have to wait until Danielle finishes her yogurt.
What do you call yogurt in England? Oh God.
The Queen's Minge.
Do you have a tissue?
Bollocks Skaza. There'll be instructions. Not only will there be instructions that explain how to play the game, but there'll also be a little cheat sheet card for each person playing that shows you what all the abilities do, and gives you basic turn order and that sort of stuff.
They call it Gucky Muck. It can't just be yogurt. It's got to be something else. Is there H in it? I refuse to believe that.
How many Four Souls cards am I thinking? I still have no fucking clue if the Four Souls extra cards are going to just be alternate art versions of the existing ones, or if we're not going to do alternate art versions, they're just going to be the same ones, or the same ones plus 2 bonus ones that are going to be not safe for work. I have no idea. We've got 3 weeks left, don't we? How many days do we have left? I'm looking on here. It's just a light screen. Load, damn you. But it'll eventually get there. I should also say that if you guys are part of the Kickstarter, which I assume that you are, you should consider raising your tier to the Not Safe for Work version of the game. And so we can get higher up overall and just kind of spread the word. Whenever I do a stream, we usually go up by $5,000 and we haven't made jack fucking shit. That's probably because you guys already bumped your tiers way back in the day, but
yeah.
But still, oh no, it did. It just went up 1,000. Never mind. Sorry. We are at 10,174 backers. That is pretty fucking
That's
cool.
so crazy.
If we can get to 15,000 by the end of this, I will be so happy because it'll be almost half of what Four Souls had. So that'd be.
Can I add Not Safe for Work box to my Earlybird tier?
Yes, you can. You will either have a way to do it in a week or so, or you'll have to add it once it completes. We're still working on that aspect of it, but it'll be really easy for people to add extra copies of the pink box, the base game, and the Not Safe for Work version, and possibly a few Four Souls extras. Not 100% sure on that, but we have a few random little bits and pieces that didn't sync up with the number of gold boxes that we have. So
haven't put that moth up yet.
No, that moth is mine.
I
found the fly that you also put over there too.
Yes, I'm sure I can find some more things around the house. I want to paint it gold, but I can't. I feel like I might destroy it.
No, if you spray paint it enough, it'll just solidify as a gold thing.
That's an essential errand.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I need to spray.
Oh, you can't hear me? Let me rip my mask off. I need gold spray paint.
Oh yeah, I had an experience the other day when I had to go and get. So Peach has eczema or had eczema. I guess she has it. It's dormant eczema. And when her skin gets really dry, she gets itchy. And then if she gets itchy, she doesn't sleep. And if she doesn't sleep, she acts like a maniac. And I came to the conclusion that the reason why she was acting like this was because of her eczema. And I noticed that she was itching, so I rushed over to what they call it Rite Aid. And I put on my mask, went inside. I have gloves as well. And I'm waiting in line, and everybody's very distant. And this total crazy person, I would say 80% sure she was homeless, but possibly just like a cat lady. Because she's...
Whoa, excuse me?
You know, one of those. She came in and she just had she looked like Kenny from South Park. She just had her jacket zipped up over her mouth, and she walks up to the guy in front of me in line. She sees that there's 3 people. There's people behind me too, and she goes up to him. She goes like this. She goes, and he goes, what? And she goes, and he goes, I'm sorry, I can't understand you. And then she pulls her Kenny mask down off of her face and goes, is this the end of the line? Man, they have us wear these things and you just can't hear anybody, can you? What's the point? And it's like, oh my god.
You didn't fucking make him deaf.
It was, and I was like, oh, I'm glad I'm not that guy because I don't have COVID.
Today, some guy in a hover round said to Ed's mom, I guess her and another lady, maybe they weren't in the right place of the line, and he said, I bet you guys are Democrats. You don't know which way you're going. And then he sped off in his hover round.
He did a wheelie. And it was weird because he had heelys on. He just kicks one on his hover round and you hear a little Should we play this game?
I'm almost done with my yogurt.
Oh, come on!
My ducky muck.
This is what people fucking wait for here. Okay, well, I'll deal this up.
I'm pregnant.
Okay, this is you. This is you. Red worm. Me, white worm. So we know. I have the power of I have white power, and you have red power.
The black worm should have been Wormo so that we could have a song. Like bingo, but Wormo.
How would you spell Wormo in W-O-R-M-O?
O-R-M-O. W-O-R-M-O. And Wormo was his name.
Should we go over the basic rules for people who didn't see the previous streams?
No.
Well, I'll just give the basics. So, we will rock, scissors, papers to go first. Because neither of us look like worms. We look like people.
God, I don't know. This chin that I'm getting looks making me look wormy.
Then we will take turns placing as many of a chosen color to build off of this as possible.
A chosen color. And play cards with different abilities. And we're in an attempt to play all of our cards and win. You also draw one card at the start of your turn. Shall we play? So we're playing with ability cards. Danielle has powered up red worms, and I have powered up white worms. Old McMillan had a deck, and Wormo was his name. Oh. Wait, a deck? I can't read it. A deck. Okay.
Danielle asked me the other day if the black worm draws 2 because he's balls. And I had to remind her that the balls came later.
I forgot he's not just always balls.
All right.
But it makes sense.
Rock,
paper, scissors,
paper.
Paper,
Rock,
scissors, rock.
paper.
Oh!
Okay, go. Okay, you're powered up red worm. Don't look at their chat. Play the damn
I can't read a
game.
damn thing anymore. My eyes are done. I'm old. Oh, draw.
I'm sorry that this is out of focus, but you guys get the idea. I gotta remember that I've got the power of the white one within me.
Superior white worm.
You forgot to dig.
Ugh.
Danielle is digging one. She's discarding this little pink and red and deciding to... Oh, she's cutting off red.
Draw one, you son of a bitch.
I'm going to draw one, and I'm going to take my turn. And I'm going to be very upset that you did that.
The powered up worms are any plain red segment that I get to make Ed draw a card.
Alright, I'm just going to... We've never played with the power-up cards yet, so I'm just going to see how they work. Okay, here's one of mine. I'm going to draw one, discard one. Draw one. Discard one. And I'm going to peek. Ooh. I'll be taking that and giving you this. Go. We're going to see how much this actually speeds up the game and how much strategy it actually adds.
Well, if it adds more strategy, then it's going to slow down the game when I got to do more thinkies.
For you.
I'm going to peek.
Look at that little toad. Brr. Really?
You can keep it.
Okay, we'll do another one of my powers. Draw one. Discard the crap. And play another dig. Go. Might as well move this over here now. You will be moving around the deck a lot as this thing mutates.
the dig too?
Do it.
I believe I will. I think I will do that.
My turn?
Yes.
Let me see your hand. I'm playing a switch.
Oh, god damn it.
What you got? What you got? What you got? Oh, she has a win next turn.
Well, not if I drew something bad.
I gotta take away something here. What do I take away? And what do I give you? I don't really have...
Just give me back my hand.
I don't have, like...
Make it simple.
Okay, we'll give you this. And take this away. Kind of fucks me up, though. But
Yeah, you can move the deck around.
go ahead.
Unless you make that your own rule at your house that you can't.
I've seen online people moving their decks around.
In the mud.
Hey, who gave you that card?
Some jack off. Do a little peek.
I've painted myself into a corner.
Back on the top. Back on the top.
Alright, let's try this. Let's try a little... This is what I stole from Danielle, her winning card. I stole her power from her. And then we'll end with this. Cutting off red. Draw this card. Go ahead. This is kind of still a shitty hand. There we go.
Draw one.
Mm-hmm. Watch out.
What? I see the possibility exists that you have to expand the table. Well,
No, it dead ends when you get to the end of the table.
yeah. I mean, you can move the thing.
Like example, this here. See, there's a block that goes into this. You cannot play here because if it falls off the table, that's the end of it. So the boundaries are the table itself.
So I think it would be fun to play on the floor.
I draw 2, discard 2. God, come on. Go ahead, Danielle.
Somebody said, Ed, you didn't draw for your turn.
When? Did I not? What? Yes, I did, didn't I? You put a card on the top.
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
Was it a dig two?
That's what I played.
I think that's what I put back.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
This is a shitty board state right now.
All I can do is I have a white cut. I'm going to cut that.
Alright, continue. No whites?
Oh, they think you drew from the hatch, but then I hadn't peeked. No, wait.
I'll draw another.
Oh, well.
You guys almost, I think you just got me the win. That's what you did.
Look at this little thumb.
This is great. What was that?
Probably peach. They could be in your mom's room. Should jump on the bed.
I'll go here. Draw one. This is my power. Discard one. I'll discard this worthless cut. I'll play a white. Draw one. Discard one. And play a switch. Or no. God damn it! Every time I look at your hand, you've got to win. Yeah. There's. Oh. Okay. Here you go. Take that.
I don't know if Peach has my thumbs yet. I think it looks like she has Ed's, but I look at my pictures of when I was little and I try to see my hands, and they look more normal there.
I see Peach bit this card here.
Oh. by the power of red, you may draw a card.
What? No.
Draw one.
That's not what the ability is.
What's the ability?
Is dig.
Why?
That's what I said. It's whenever there's a straight or a curve, you dig.
Oh, look.
That's not the bit. That's just to show you what you are. I had to draw faces on the thing for the color, so I just grabbed the ones that we had.
That makes me so sad.
You could just win.
I could have just played a different one and dug. I can't win. Well, oh, look. God loves me. Draw.
And draw. God damn it. Go. Zoinks! Pretty soon, once I get the mock-ups for the rainbow worms, I think I can make some rainbow worms too, and we can play with those. No. It's a double switch, guys. I got garbage. Now I got less consistent garbage. My turn?
Yeah.
Draw one.
Good, I wanted to.
Go ahead.
God damn
What? What?
Oh man, move this shit back.
Can't do it.
That's
Where
bullshit.
it goes.
I think I can make it work.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
If the cards fall off the table, it's no longer illegal.
It's not. It's illegal.
Yeah.
If the cards fall off
You
the
gotta
table.
dig first.
God damn. Okay. Wormo.
What? You already made a thing. Well, that was an astounding play. That's why you got so excited. All right, fuck this. We're playing it again.
Where'd it start though?
It's right there in the middle. All right, we'll deal out different heads. Here. Does that make sense for everybody who's watching? Because we're kind of just in our own world playing at this point. You got the ringworm. You got the ringworm already when you had already won.
I don't know. I wasn't even paying attention to if that had matched up yet.
Or you want to deal out to it?
These things that don't mean what they mean.
They don't read them. They're just the heads. You just have the power of red, whatever, and it just lets you dig.
It's just dig.
Yeah. Okay, we can do this too. We can do you want to practice where it just makes it ×2 of whatever it is of the color, or ×3 if it's black? You can try that.
But so it has to have an icon on it.
Yes. Let's try it like that.
Okay. We'll see if that's OP or not.
It could be good. We'll see.
Invite Peach and Glory to play with 4 people. Peach gets pretty bored after
an hour.
After sitting and paying attention for.
Let's not risk it. We had a good day.
Yeah, we did. We had a good day. We'll play with her soon though, because it's got to be just us 3 again soon. You are
so
red.
Beautiful. Okay, so all of my red cards are ×2.
And all of my white.
Pink.
Blue is pink. I'm sorry.
He's got that face.
I should have just made actual cards. Those are your cards. Okay, I go first since I lost. And all of my things are ×2. Alright, let's start this off with a bang. Draw 2. And then draw another one for your turn.
Oh wait, did I just draw 1 though?
So
Wait,
you
draw
should
2?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
×2.
Oh, this is working out well for you.
I'm sure you've got pink cards in your hand.
I was gonna say it's white. God damn it. Okay.
The only thing that doesn't make sense is that the main certain things won't work. It's really like all this powers up is the heads, Danielle.
No, this is powering up this. This I can dig twice.
Frick. But then that powers up all of the switches because all the switches have red on them and they have all the colors on them. Whatever. We'll play it out. Go ahead. Dig.
Oh, I bet you will.
I've got it. Shit tested hand. Let's introduce the black worm. Oh my god. I'll discard these two. Go ahead.
Interesting.
I think the other way is better. I think the other idea was better.
We'll do that then if it's going to be too crazy.
No, we've already established it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because
sure. Well, because you're gonna. What are you gonna have? Switch times 3?
If I have a black, no, yes. What is this?
It's long.
Just gonna give you all the cards. So white's almost gone now. Interesting. Alright. Check out this baller move by me.
Me, Edmund McMillan.
Alright. Draw 2, discard 2. The only viable source now is black. Go, Danielle.
Don't mind if I do.
Got any black blaze? Oh! See, I missed. I thought I was a genius. It turns out I wasn't. Draw for my turn. I'll play my black worm. I'll open up white. Draw 2, discard 2. Man, this is all over the place now.
Everybody's getting a good view of the baby.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, where are these cuts, man? It's white and black, that's it. God fucking damn it!
That's a draw 2.
Alright, I've got 1,000 cards in my hand. Time to play some. Well, this will open up some more colors. Alright, draw 1, discard 1. Can't do that. Can do this though. Blink. And one of these. Oh my god, I can do a ringworm there. Draw 1. Discard 1. And I have. Wait, no! I fucked up. Go. I could have kept playing. I could have played that head right there. Go ahead.
No go back, sees.
No. I've already gotten too much shit from the chat for going back last time we played.
This isn't girl Monopoly. You can't just do whatever you want.
Oh, that's what we need to do. Miss Tapeworm.
Miss Tapeworm. God, I feel smarter already.
It's just it's this tapeworm, except there's a bow on the front, and girls automatically win even if the guys win.
And there's tampons.
And there's tampons that help you win.
Tapeworm. There's not much going on here. Thank you.
Fuck me. Okay. I hear a little scampering.
We're almost done, Peachy. I can't open it. Peachy, we're almost done. She unlocked the door.
What are you doing?
I didn't know how to unlock the door.
Here, come, I want everyone to see your Animal Crossing shirt.
Okay, well, I'll just do one of these.
Come, stand right here.
Mama can't see me.
Draw one, Danielle.
Okay.
Go.
And my turn.
Yeah.
I want to do that too.
What do you want to do? We can't play right now, but once we're done, we can play.
Oh, up here.
Well, I locked the door, but she wiggled it enough that it unlocked.
It's good to know in case of emergency. You just
Yeah.
wiggle the door handle. Don't tell any of those
She's been
burglars
so
that.
good. She ate every single thing out of that Lunchable.
Oh, sweet. Me too.
PG, have you played Sneaky Squirrels with Nona today yet?
You want to go play?
Cut
First, I need to show them
this.
what I'm doing. I'm an Animal Crossing show.
Here.
You gotta get over here.
Yeah, come right
Right
here,
here.
bub. On the other side of the table. What did I just do? I cut the
Cut
black,
the
but I
black.
can't put a black down, right? No, I
It
can
came
put a
off of
black
this
down.
one, yeah.
I can't see my show on me. My head.
Okay. Look at this Animal Crossing shirt. So cute.
Say hello.
Hello, guys.
If you're good, we can come up at the end and do your channel for everybody. I love your little spazzy dance. It's pretty good.
Do you want to, at the end, you want to paint Mommy's face at the end?
Yeah, I don't want to see your face and
Really?
Nana's face.
You can paint Mommy and Daddy's face.
All right, go downstairs if you want to do that.
Come on.
Say bye to everybody.
Bye.
Say see you soon.
See you soon. I'll see you later. Bye.
She's doing so good.
All right, you're stealing 2 cards from me.
Oh yeah, okay.
I don't think we're playing with our power-ups anymore.
Oh.
Doesn't matter. What was a bad idea? I think the other one's better. I think just powering up the straights and curves and the color is the only universal thing we can do.
You can have it back.
Yeah, it stinks. Okay.
Celeste, yes, I couldn't remember her name. I was going to say Octavia or something.
Wait a minute. Oh my god, I'm so close.
Oh yeah. She has a lot of energy.
I'm just gonna go for this. I'm just gonna show what I almost had. So how close I could have been. Where I was gonna do a little of this. A little of this. A little of this. If I had one more curve, I could do this, but I can't. Some of the peak. You can hit that. Go ahead. God, I've got crap cards. What's. You're giving me a card. You have to discard?
I put it back.
Yeah, but you know that's a peak.
Oh, damn it. My brain.
You could have just. Oh, you couldn't have put it there. I see.
Also, you don't know everything.
I don't know everything. I'm fucked. Let's do this. Cutting this off. And I'm gonna play a peek.
You know, we do like the name Daisy, but we had a ferret named Daisy, so that name's already been used.
Go ahead. Go ahead and draw that good card I gave you. I'm down to 1 card.
What do you say when you're down to 1 card? Look at this little boy.
This is my favorite. Alright, here's my card. Give me my winning card. Oh. Draw one, Danielle.
It ain't a boy. I don't make boys.
Draw one.
I just train them.
To draw for your turn. And go.
Oh dear.
This is the fun card that has been being passed back and forth for the past couple turns. Just squeezing it in there. Where's it gonna go? Where's it gonna go?
Okay, get in where you're fitting.
Whoa, whoa. All right. Might as well play it. All right. If you've got the tapeworm, you've got the tape, or ringworm, you got the ringworm. Go ahead.
If you get it, gotta get it.
Get it good. Wait, do you have it?
Well, I have this.
Yeah, that's it.
What does that do?
Discard 2 cards.
Oh, just now?
Yeah.
Oh, worm.
All right, so Danielle had a ringworm, and she discarded 2 cards, and that's it. It was a risk. I had to take a risk. There was not really any other place I could have put that, and I wanted to get rid of a card. So
I
what are
am
you doing
good today. Peachy, do you know
Let's
this?
do one more with the ability, so we can.
Okay, hey,
mess with the
Peachy.
abilities a little more.
You have a little. Nona's gonna leave in the morning before we're awake, so this is your little bit of time to spend with her before she goes to bed.
Make sure you get in all the
Get in
hugs
all your snuggles.
and all of the Snapchats.
I'm going to
I'm trying to go.
Well, look at me.
Do you want to close it? No,
I don't know. It's too hot with her face.
I'm gonna go to your car. Whoa, okay, I'll go to your car.
I mean, this is a welcome. I welcome
my
this
God.
as opposed to anything else she's been
Oh my
doing. for
God!
the past couple days.
Yesterday, Jesus Christ!
I'm surprised. I mean, if we lived close to anybody, I wouldn't doubt that they would call the cops because they would assume that our child was being murdered because she was just screaming.
Peachy, Peachy.
I want it.
I know I want you to have fun, but I don't know if you realize that Nona's leaving tomorrow, so this is your little bit of time.
Get in fun while you can with Nona.
And then Nona's gonna go to bed soon, and you can paint mommy and daddy's faces.
Yeah. I'll close this again.
Okay, sorry.
And remind me, my sweater's in your trunk or your car.
Okay. Well, I'm probably not going to remember that. I go first.
Remind me. I'm not gonna.
All right. Abilities. New abilities.
She does filters on her face. I just posted one on Twitter of her being a little. What is she?
Hey. It's just like rematch of the first one. Okay, so
Check my Twitter.
we're going with exactly what it was before. Straights and curves that are just of the same of this type. You get to dig 1. Ignore this text on here. It's just a reminder text.
Straights and curves. Dig 1.
And I go first. And we're off. God damn, what a terrible hand.
Oh, a white and pink weren't. Well, can you see here? And I mean, I feel like this is not as bright as it is. Can you see the difference between those?
Yeah, the colors are a little dull because of our lighting. It's much more vibrant on the card. You can really tell. Another thing that we're going to be doing, or that Crystal is going to be doing, is most of the pinks
5 cards.
have little cutie marks on them, little hearts, and we're just going to make sure that Crystal puts little hearts on every single instance of every pink card for people who have some mild color blindness, I guess, to make sure that that's all done. That'll easily make it work for everybody. Okay, I'm going to start off with bang. Cut out the white, add the black. Draw 2. Discard 2. I don't want this right now. I want this right now. Go ahead. Tapeworm. I gotta, man, that's what I gotta do. Make a theme song for Tapeworm Challenge. That's gonna happen.
Yeah, and it's called Wormo. What's his name-o? I already did it.
What are you doing? Peach!
It's fine.
You are...
No, I'm listening to a song right now.
Oh, are you?
Don't cry. I like this.
Don't cry. I like this. Now no one can see you. Okay, here I go. Here I go. Here I go. Here I go again.
What's my weakness? Worms.
I'm gonna do this one.
Digging, minding my business.
Can I stand here?
My niece a witness.
Can I stand here?
Yes, but you're
The
gonna.
worm had something going on. It was like a wick. Draw two, and then draw another.
Draw your ass.
You ate a chocolate cookie?
No, she had the Yeah, she had the
that sounds about right.
little Oreos in the Lunchable.
What you doing?
I'm cutting the shit
That
off.
was my pride and joy.
My sweet little worm. It's my pride and joy. I'm at the age where everything can remind me of a song. It's something that probably your grandparents do.
That and shake. Those are my cards. God damn it. Okay, we're down to red. Well, you know what, Danielle? I've got your red cards. Here we go. Oh my god, I fucked that up too.
What's that you're seeing? Because that's from Bubble Guppies.
Yeah, Bubble Guppies.
Okay. I was like, is it something else? And that's why I like it, because it's familiar.
Here we go. Yeah.
So
That's all I remember from that.
It's the best part. Whoa!
No!
Oh shit!
Whoa! It looked like you were putting it there, but I guess it wasn't. I guess it was definitely not there. It was over there. She looks pretty confident with her cards. Well, I am confident too with my cards. Watch, here we go. Boom! Whoa. That's not it. It's not over. This actually opens up an easy win for you if I do this, but you gotta do it.
Bing!
Boomba. Draw. Discard. Oh! I'm chaining them together, folks! Dig. Draw. And discard.
Dig. Draw.
Oh, what's this? What's this? That's it.
So let me just see what was gonna happen.
Fucking draw and heat. What you got?
Well, I had this.
Oh, well, that's pretty good. What'd you draw though?
That.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was good. So these abilities I found are minor. These abilities are minor. We'll still add them for people who want to play with a minor ability switch. But I have some ideas for possibly some unbalanced abilities that will require some advanced tuning.
You've never had an idea in your life.
I'd like to do at least 4 more to just see because I think they'll be interesting. But yeah, I think it's a viable thing. Even though neither of us used these, it was still good. Okay, should we play one more, or do you guys want to do QA, or what do you want to do? Let us know if you want us to continue to play, so I can tie with Danielle's wins. That draw could have been a ringworm. Well, you did draw it. Was it one?
Oh, no.
Wasn't one of the ones that you got a switch? It could have been one of the ringworms over here.
I didn't think so.
But either way, I won.
But I believe what you
But
said.
either way, I won. I knew I was putting out a risky play. I was going for it. I knew that I was opening up easy ringworms for her for days. But the thing is you just got to go for it sometimes. And I just knew that I was going to get a pink head card at some point. And that's that. All right, you guys want to do a QA? Yeah? Gotta go. Someone says play another game. QA. One more. Keep playing. One more. They want us to play one more.
Okay.
We'll do one more.
I can't remember. But please explain shitty cards one more time. But it says ability card.
Okay, I'll explain ability cards one more time.
It's hard because what it
Ignore
says
what
it
it
doesn't
says.
do.
This is just icons. They're just colored icons. Oh, fuck off. I should have prepared. Okay. Danielle has white ability, just like her last name. And I got red. Man, we've not been drawn black. Okay, this means... So, this will not say anything on it. It'll just be the head, and it'll say Greg or whatever. And it'll say on the back, it'll say, when you have this ability card, every time you play a straight of this color, or a curve that is solid of this color, you dig 1. So it just puts the ability dig 1 on all of the straights and curves of that type of color.
Somebody says, why not Q&A while playing? I'll tell you.
Because I can't fucking see that. I'm not facing the screen.
Yeah, I can't hardly see the chat from here. And then also, pregnancy releases a lot of progesterone, and it really makes your brain slow.
You're going first, Daniel.
It's called a baby brain. And it is a real
My
thing.
magnificent win. Man, if I was just the other color. God. You're white, by the way.
I see it. Oh, yes. Bing. Bang. Boom. A bim. I'm glad I took another shuffle at those cards.
Too bad you're not red. You'd have had multiple digs. So if Danielle had the red card, she would have dug.
Dug,
which
dig,
probably
dug.
would have gotten her the win. Did you put this on here?
Yes.
And I might as well play it. Alright, I'm going to dig too.
Well, for people that aren't pregnant, I feel like there's also quarantine brain going on too. It's a feeling of stasis.
Okay, go ahead.
Dig two.
Not dig two.
I mean, draw two. I mean, yeah. Something with a D.
Yeah.
Yeah, pick 'em up, boy.
Draw. This is going to be a crazy game here. Let's start doing this.
There's someone in the chat talking Spanish.
Get out of here! Can someone please build a wall between us and that person in the chat, please? Alright, let's dig one. That's a shitty card. And that one. It's not my color. And then we're going to look at Danielle's hand. And switch. Oh, well. Here you go. Go, Danielle. Go, Danielle. Go, Danielle. Go. Go, Danielle. Go, Danielle. Go. Go, 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 go.
Let me see your card. Just as you thought.
Should I do it? Oh, I got here. I got 1, 2, 3. Damn it. Okay. I'll try to play out with my red ability! Draw one, discard one. That's the one I'm discarding. And I'm going to do it again. Draw 2, discard 2. And discard exactly what I drew. And say go. Oh, there's this card would fit here.
And there's another one there. And another one there.
What you got? What you got?
I'm going to cut this.
Where are you cutting?
Oh, shit.
This is slow down, girl.
Oh, my God.
Are you cutting here? Or are you cutting here? Where are you cutting? Here?
Wait, let me see.
You're cutting pink, so it's either
Yeah,
here
but
or
if I
here.
cut it here, that would take all this off.
No, this is the start. It cuts off.
Oh my
away
God,
from
I think I was looking at this thinking this was the start.
It looks like the start, but it doesn't say. You want to cut this off?
Yeah, I'll cut that off. Oh my God.
It's okay. You've got baby.
I'm glad I had
What are you doing? Why are you doing this
I'm
stuff?
glad I warned everybody. Oh,
This is an easy win for me today.
and
Play out the pink.
I'm gonna use this cut. God. Oh, I'm glad my face isn't on camera. I am red.
Okay, my turn.
Wait.
I'm gonna attempt to go for the win.
Oh wait. No. Sorry.
This game's very easy to play. Anybody can play it. Here it is. All right. I hope to God I can do it because I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do a cut right here. A legit cut. I'm cutting this off. I'm opening up white. And then I'm going to go. A bing. A bing. A boom. And I'm going to hope to God I draw a white.
Here we go. Here we go.
Fuck. Card that. Go. Go.
I wormed everybody.
You just got wormed. Stop reading the chat and go.
Oh, Wormo.
You don't need to say it. That's not part of the rules.
Oh, I think it is. I think we can all agree in the chat that it's
Because
part
I
of the
got a
rules.
Wormo too.
I think if we get to 675, it should be put in the
Wormo should be put in the rules.
yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. If she draws a black card, she can win. She doesn't.
I don't.
All right.
I'm still Wormo.
Yeah, right. You're Vermo. Draw two. And
Everybody wants Wormo in the rules.
go. Wormo. Well, what? Just to announce that you have won?
Yeah. It gets people hyped.
Hey, Wormo!
Wormo!
I just never want to have never had a Wormo.
What?
I never want to have Wormo.
You never want to have Wormo?
No. It's the worst place to be in, especially. So the thing is, the dynamics change a lot when there's one more person or two more people because you do not want to have one card in your hand or everybody will gang up on you.
But people will notice even if you don't say Wormo.
Yeah, sometimes people just like Seth was like, did you draw for your turn?
Did you make me draw two?
I made you draw two, and then you should draw one more. And then you should go.
You should kiss my ass.
Caps. I hate caps. Is that it?
No.
Is that it? Where's that going? It's going to the top first. Let's see what it is. It's my ability. No, it's not.
Dang it. I
Okay.
should've-
I'm using my ability. I'm going to try to win with it. Either way. It already has my ability on it. I'm going to draw one. Discard one. Go. If I was the white worm.
Draw one.
What a play.
And draw. For your turn.
Oh, fuck. Okay, we'll do dig one.
Draw one.
God damn it. Oh my lord. What is open? I just fucking discarded my red card because I had a win. Red.
Red is open.
Red is the only thing that is open.
Oh my god.
Go. I feel my win slipping from my grasp. Pink is open. Pink is open. Let's do one of these. Two, discard two. Discard these two. Wait. Discard.
Anthony, who's saying they hate Wormo, aren't you the person that was saying Lunchables are trash?
Yeah, I feel like he's a trash
Because if that's
guy.
so, none of your opinions matter.
Next thing you're gonna tell me a mayonnaise sandwich ain't delicious.
Oh god, what's open? Just red?
Black.
Oh,
Black and red.
pass.
I just fucked myself over again too. Go. What is wrong with me? Go.
That's good. I'm going to... I have a rainbow cut.
Okay, go for it.
I'm going to cut this white. This time I'm doing this right. All of this does go.
Now, do your thing. Uh-oh, she's digging. Uh-oh.
And I use my ability.
Yep. What is it gonna be?
Wormo.
I want to use your ability too.
Yeah, how come you have garbage opinions and not good opinions like me? Why do we have to wear these masks? I like to fill my mask with mayonnaise.
Go ahead.
Look at that. You got something a little sausage right there.
It's a little winkus.
Wormo.
Draw one.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, cutie.
Curled up. And is it my turn too?
You tell me this ain't cool, guys. Come on.
Come on.
This game's amazing.
You should see what I have. This is bullshit.
I've been stumbling repeatedly, and like I keep doubling down on cards that aren't in my. Give me my head back. that aren't my ability color, and like discarding stuff that I shouldn't be.
Little
These are my
peanut.
favorite. Check out my great cards. Can you make a winning hand with them?
Got something better than me.
Oh, well, I'm just gonna steal it back.
I had 3 of this.
I can tell.
It's not a ringworm.
That's a coiler. Let me see what you got. Let me see my cards again. I'll take this. Wait, damn it. I still want to take this. You know this.
Me?
This might be the longest game that we've played.
No.
That guy that said I gotta go to bed soon. Please do the Q&As.
Oh.
Crying
Oh,
for
I
the
didn't
sleep.
know someone said that. Let me see your cards.
Same ones you know.
I'll take them.
Oh, god damn.
Oh, no, it wasn't times 2.
Oh, yeah. Just one. Give me one.
Frick.
Here, give me my hand back and you take one. Really?
Yeah.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, I do that.
Alright. I need to get rid of that card. Alright, Pinky. Pinkus. kiss. Go ahead. One card, yes. It's one card.
What? Warn?
I should have made a poop game
Wuno.
where you have two cards. You say deuce. I got deuce.
I gotta pee. One of these laughs soon is gonna be a disaster.
An ass disaster.
That's not how it works. Oh, did it? I did it already. Oh no, those aren't.
You drew this card.
Yeah. I was thinking about this.
Go ahead, peek it. It's gonna be. Oh my God! Is there any sign of a ringworm? No. We're so far away. Oh, that would be one.
Poop loops.
Well, say goodbye to this whole area.
Yeah, and on tomorrow is when we unveil the not safe for work game called Poop Loops. Poop Loops.
There you go. Go ahead. What would be considered super not safe for work?
It's shit.
literal. You take a literal dump. We just have instructions on how you should.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turn. Go, it's your turn. Go.
Oh. Draw one.
God fucking damn it!
And you thought you were gonna win.
But maybe I am. No, I'm not. We'll do this. Draw you this card too. Let's get us where we're gonna be.
Your color of poop has to match the other person's color of poop. And you can connect corn and other such non-digestible things.
Go. Sometimes I'm sticking my guns this time. Go ahead. Well, she thinks she has a win. She's looking for a way to make it happen.
But I don't. Damn it.
Nothing?
No.
No plays? I might be in the same.
Hey, anybody watch Fred?
I'm not drawing off the discard.
Does anybody here watch Fred?
Anybody into Fred? Well, I'm gonna do this amazing play here. Go.
What is the Fruit Loops parrot say? Does he say something?
No.
He doesn't say
Fruity
like,
Loops.
he doesn't say gotta have my loops.
Gotta have my loops, sir.
He's gotta say something.
Loopy loop.
My loops are for kids. No. This is garbage. Wait, but I haven't gone.
Which way?
Yeah. Wormo.
Come on, give me a fucking good card here.
Somebody knows Fred.
Personally? Can you give me his number? Alright.
It is gonna, ladies and gentlemen, it is gonna be time to reshuffle that deck.
Nah, I think I'm gonna win next turn. Go ahead.
That's what you think, except I'm going to win.
Ah! No! How does Baby Brain win? How does
Baby Brain
Baby
wins.
Brain win?
And I thought up a great new game while doing it.
I have to say that the ability cards, though, have come into play multiple times when we used them. And I think you won off of one once before.
And I could have dug with that too.
Yeah, you didn't even need to, did you?
I didn't.
You could have dug up a white head and put it on there just for funsies.
Now I have to hobble to the bathroom.
Okay, you want to lock the door for me? Or close the door for me?
Well, when are we letting her come up?
I don't know. You want to prep her? Where is she going to get set up?
Well, so we can just have the cam on whoever's getting painted and then you read the chat, or I read the chat.
Okay. Alright, Danielle won 3 games and I won 2.
It's about goddamn time. My luck is usually terrible. Okay, oh dear.
Okay, let's move this over yonder. Let's turn this back.
You're
What?
pushing the table on me.
What?
On your baby.
She got here, move this over here. Just like a real pro. Okay. Am I doing this right? This is the right way to do it. Can you guys hear me okay? Am I loud when I win? Well, you got to be loud, so you got to be able to make sure that they know you won. How else are they going to know you won unless you're really loud? Why is this thing crooked? Okay. Let me remove this. We've made like a couple $100 since the stream started, so I'm gonna have to say again. Please raise your pledge. We've got a ways to go. We need to hit 675. If we hit 675, I'm gonna add another one at 700, and then we can make our way there. We've got 2.5 weeks left to go in this campaign, and we're making up everything as we go at this point, as you saw, because we're playtesting. Because we've made up new ways to play, so that'll be good. That'll be good and fun. Do you guys want to ask questions and get answers? Because I'm down with that. How many people we got left after all that? Well, we've still got almost 100 people. You guys are diehards. Did you guys see that we're unlocking those ability cards at 675, I think. And then I want to do an unlock like just above 700, and then we've got one at 750, which is technically like the final unlock for the financial stuff. But if we're somehow able to go higher than that, like if we hit 750 before the last couple days or whatever, then I'll put another tier and make something up for that too. Okay, let's see questions. The pledges are coming in a little slow. Can we reach 750? Yes, we can. We can definitely reach 750. Even at this pace with 18 days to go. I mean, we're still making like 10 grand a day, and that'll get us there. Usually a Kickstarter, the last 3 days in a Kickstarter usually gives us a little bump. And we've got a few mini announcements and stretch goal stuff to unlock that may push some press. But outside of that, like quite literally, once somebody just takes the Dick Knots trailer and posts it on Reddit Funny or some other thing like that, and that gets a little bit of attention, you'd be surprised on how much that could actually bump up a Kickstarter. Outside of that, I'd like to come up with a few more niche, high tier, weird tier things. Whoa. Spookers.
I can't see.
Which could help bump some stuff too. And we may have like 4 more gold boxes. That could bump. That does something, right? You want to sit over here? What do you want to do? Rainbow?
I want to look at baby. Oh, it's around.
Are we going to do the plushies or not? We are still looking into that.
Yes. Oh, with a new one?
You're gonna start doing your face? Does she have her
She's painting our faces.
Okay, so you're getting your face paint over there?
Can I do my face too?
Of course.
But does she have a mirror?
No, maybe she should look.
Do you want to borrow Nona's mirror?
Can she could sit here and look at herself.
That's not gonna work though.
I have my.
She won't be able to always see it.
I get it. Leave it downstairs on the table. She said, "Do you put water in here?"
Yeah, I'll put it up here.
I don't know for sure if we're gonna do. So let's see what the poll looked like. If I remember correctly, there were roughly about 600, like close to 700 people on Twitter who said that they would buy a plush Tapeworm. If we added it in for $30 plus shipping and handling. I don't know what that means when it comes to making them. So the way it usually works is in order for it to be like financially viable, we need to order in bulk.
Daddy.
Okay, very good, Peachy. We need to order things in bulk in order to actually make money off of it. So we might have to order well over 1,000. So I don't know. That's definitely Javon's thing. If we can figure it out, then we'll add it, and then we'll bump the tier, and hopefully that'll get enough cards up. Get enough people to bump up their tier. What are my current thoughts on the new ability cards? Think they need more work. There's no way I can do this because I can't like hear myself.
She's not gonna be talking the whole time.
Well,
I'm leaving. I'm gonna go.
Well,
now.
not Mom. Peach isn't gonna be talking the whole time.
Well, no, I'm just what I'm saying. Like what I'm trying. Like, is there any way you can get her just start painting her face sooner than later?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it. The ability cards. Those 4 ability cards, I think, work fine as extra abilities. They don't add a huge amount, but they also aren't broken. So that's like my major worry is doing ability cards that are balanced in a way that makes certain ones completely busted. But that said, I have 7 ideas for abilities that are all different and they're balanced all differently. That'll probably be a little busted in some ways that I'd like to test, but I'm not 100% sure I want to do them yet. But if we get there, I'll just try. Some of the abilities for those cards would be that I'm playing around with like a guy that a worm that can sever the head of a worm, cut off one head at the start of their turn. So basically, they'll always have an open color space, and it will make it so they can't not get screwed over when it comes to colors. I'm playing around with the ability of a character who draws 2 cards a turn, but then discards 1 at the end of turn, which is pretty good. Playing around with a character who has the ability to draw the topmost card of the discard pile, which is a solid ability as well. But I have to explain in the rules that when you do a cut, all of the cards are basically shuffled at random underneath the cut, and the cut goes on top. So there's like little bits and pieces, little things I want to do, but I'm not positive how much of them will be too busted, and it'll basically be how like we didn't test this enough
You
addition.
say goodbye to your mother.
Me?
Thank you so much for letting me stay.
We'll still be talking to you on the phone.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be FaceTiming.
Okay.
Okay, love you guys.
Say bye to
Have fun over
Gloria.
Bye.
Do you want me to just leave this outside the door?
Oh, you gotta put on the kitchen table.
Let me see what else is. Did my fridge magnet suggestion make sense? No, I totally understand that. And that is something we talked about. My worry was that the weight of the magnets might bump shipping, which is something that nobody wants at this point. Nobody wants their shipping raised
you guys,
anymore.
With Souls, with the playmats, we really screwed ourselves.
Yeah, we don't want to do that again, and we
You
don't.
live and you learn.
Yeah. But that is an incredibly good idea, and I would love to do it. And I'm going to ask Javon about it again to see if what kind of weight would be added and if it would cross something over.
Because if the ones that are like thin, like the dress up Jesus ones,
Yeah.
those are thinner than like when I think about like the printed picture on a magnet type of deal.
Yeah. I'm sure it's something we could definitely explore for sure. Who's Justin Rowland? Can you who's Justin Rowland?
He's the guy that does the voice of Rick and Morty.
Oh. Can I collab with him? To do what?
What is he gonna do? A voice of a worm?
Well, if he's probably also, hey, look, there's some cool hair. The writer then too. Could you add 4 souls dice to the tiers? Well, we could if we had any at all, but we don't. We completely sold out of those like right away, and I I would like to make more. It takes like 6 months to do. It's pretty crazy. And then now it's probably going to take even longer with a lot of the factories and stuff not being open. Do you get the Not Safe for Work alternate designs as an add-on? Currently, I'm doing them and I'm trying to figure out what we need to do them, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, post if you guys, like I said this in the last stream, if you guys can get any post regarding Tapeworm to go viral in any way, you will get a 4 Souls holo pack instantly, and you will get me thanking you. How you do that is up to you, but I highly recommend. Peach is doing her channel.
Yeah, put the camera on her, and then you can go back to your Q&A.
Hello guys. Hello guys. So today we're going to do some face painting.
Put it closer to her. Do your intro again, Peachy. Hello, guys.
Hello guys.
Not yet. Let me put this here for you.
Hello guys. So today we're going to do some face painting. Now we're going to face paint Mama's face. So first, let's do some white, and then we're gonna put it on your eyelids.
Oh, that's wet.
This is the most chaotic stream.
This is what our house. Ooh, hello.
This is our life.
Then water, and then put some black.
Oh, where's the black one? Oh.
Yeah, somebody asked if. Let me just turn this like this so people can hear me. Somebody asked. Is that right? No, this one. Somebody asked about Super Meat Boy Forever, and yeah, I'm not at Team Meat. I'm not any part of Super Meat Boy Forever development whatsoever.
I mean, hopefully that's obvious.
But it's obviously not. So I mean, I really think if you were one of the people that corrects people that say that I'm working on
We're going to do the black work, the color black. So I'm doing.
Thank you for correcting people.
Yeah, thank you to everybody that ever answers a question. It's so helpful.
Yeah, like when
Now we're going to do
I
some
go
dark
anywhere and I see
blue.
some bad information about me or something I'm working on, and then somebody else corrects that person, I think good to them. Like that's good karma overall.
Whoa.
You don't want to paint inside Mommy's eyeball.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I left Team Meat a while back, and they've been running with the Meat Boy IP at this point, so I have no fucking clue what's going on, but I think somebody just said that it got pushed back another year.
Just running.
Do you see this new tiny brush? There's 2 new tiny brushes. And there is this tiny brush.
Look at this.
Somebody asked if the last final goal
This
is
tiny
the
brush
character
or
card.
this tiny-
Where's the white worm?
That's
I forgot the white worm, and I have come up with a design for the white worm, and I just got some art done for the white worm, so I would like to do the white worm. I don't know where it's going to go, though. We'll have to figure it out. It might be a challenge, like social
now
goal,
you're
or
shiny.
I don't know. We'll have to just figure it out. Like I said, I'm kind of winging it. We didn't plan on the Kickstarter
We're
being
gonna
this
put
big.
some. I want you to open up these ones.
But this one is this one just old.
No, that one.
That one? Okay. Mox, you want your face painted?
Yes, I do, but I'm scared. This way you don't carefully.
Yeah, I will always be the
Now
creator
stop.
of Meat Boy. That will never change. But
Good thing there's a movie about it.
anything in the future,
Now we're
you know,
gonna
will
do
have
this
absolutely
in
nothing to
color.
do with me in any way, shape, or
We're
form.
gonna
And
put it on
no, I
your
don't.
chinny.
I don't think I have it in me to play Super Meat Boy Forever. Mostly just because it's it's a little difficult, but not in the difficult sense.
Too hard.
It's too hard for me to play.
Ooh, I like this. Let's check out I look like Daddy.
But it's not a beard.
It's not.
What is it?
It's just you are going to be a mushroom colored all up.
I'm gonna be a mushroom. This is my little mushroom stem.
See? Guys, and a cow.
Somebody's asking about how things have been going with Nicholas
Don't
since
do
the
it too.
controversy.
Long trip.
Or I'll turn. This is what I'll do. I'll keep that on Peach, but I will take the microphone for myself. You guys can hear me okay, right?
Tyrone has only fondled us against our will twice.
Only twice. He's cutting down. Since the controversy. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, there was some controversy about Nicholas, treatment of developers as well as racial jokes that Tyrone was accused of. Well, I guess not accused of, but
I like this little nose.
that people saw in chat logs. And since that all went down, I mean, I can tell you from my side, it totally crushed Tyrone. Like, he felt legitimately bad about a lot of stuff, and he promised me that he would make it up to anybody that he hurt in any way, shape, or form. And I know he reached out to a lot of people, but I doubt it's one of those situations where regardless of what he does, I think a lot of people are always going to not like him. He'll always be tainted for a majority of people. But I'm in a situation where I really like working with the team. Like, regardless of working with Tyrone is the business head, like, he's the face of the company, but he's the guy that deals with the business, and he's the producer, and he's the one who gets everybody together. But I like everybody that I work with there has nothing to do with Tyrone. Like, they're all really good guys, really nice developers. And it's just one of those situations where it sucks that one person's, bad actions can taint a company, but that's where we are.
That one person's bad actions can taint them forever.
Yeah, tainted for life. But I could say ever since that happened, I have not had any issues with Tyrone. But of course, I'm speaking for myself. I don't know how other people have felt about communication with a lot of different employees of his, and no one has said that he's done anything untoward since that point in time. But I don't know. I don't know if.
On the other hand, what a monster.
I don't know what'll happen in the future, but it does suck to be tied to a company that is tainted because one person did some shitty stuff. But it is what it is. I'm gonna move this back over here.
Meow.
Oh, what a cute little kitty. Daddy, do you see this little kitty?
Yeah. Somebody said there's a Meat Boy card game called Rival Rush, but it's not very good. I heard that there was a Meat Boy. It was so confusing because it was like right around Four Souls time, and people kept saying, "I love the way your Meat Boy game looks, your Meat Boy card game looks," and I kept correcting people and be like, "No, it's a Binding of Isaac card game," and I had no idea that they were doing that. But once again, like, I'm not a part of the company, so I have no control over whatever they do. But I was very confused by people, as well as that when people finally linked me to it, because I was like, what the hell? What's going on? Vin is not getting a bad treatment from... No, of course not. Him and Tyrone have a really good relationship. He really likes Vin. Trust me when I say that once the controversial stuff was the ghosting aspect. I'd been contacted by other developers that he ghosted, and that is definitely something that has happened in the past, even with me, but not so much anymore. I think he's working on a lot of that sort of stuff, but absolutely not. I mean, I'm pretty protective of Vin overall, and I would not let anything bad happen to him at all. He's a very, very gentle, nice guy. If I had to name the one thing that saps my creativity, what would it be? Lawsuits? Threatened lawyers? Let's say lawyers. I'm going to say lawyers do that. Well, maybe they don't. Maybe they give me vigor. I would say that the pandemic really sapped my creativity for a good amount of time, and I felt kind of like very weird about it.
We were almost not going to do the Kickstarter.
Yeah, we were like, I don't think the Kickstarter is going to happen. It's kind of, I just wasn't feeling it, having a difficult time working, just period. I wasn't able to do D&D. Like, all my creative outlets were just dead and gone. So it took, I think it took a good 3 weeks before I started to feel some creative spark again. But that was definitely one that could sap my creativity for sure.
You are a worm. Or you're a Cheeto.
I'm a cheetah. Lick me up. I'm a cheetah.
Don't lick it. You need to spit it. Here, let me get your lips. Open your mouth. There you go. Now close your lips.
Someone pointed out that we could downsize the print and play version on mini scale magnets. So the thing is too, you know how it is so hard to shuffle things that are thicker than a card, cardstock. Originally we were playing around with them being thicker like cardboard pieces, thicker like. I know this isn't Tapeworm related, but what do you think about the End Is Nigh Anniversary Collab 3? I mean, I want to see it. I'm assuming that a bunch of modders are going to make some crazy shit.
I didn't understand what that meant.
There are days where I will hit Tyler up and be like, "Hey Tyler, you want to do some more like platforming stuff? Maybe some like End Is Nigh things?" And he's like, "Let's finish Eugenics." And I was like, okay.
Because Tyler sounds like Rick.
Yeah. Hey, hey, Morty. We gotta finish Eugenics. Butthead? We gotta finish Eugenics. So yeah, I trust me, I get wild hair sometimes to want to do like, I would love to take a break whenever Tyler feels like he wants to. I think he'd have to like report the End Is Nigh to the new engine, but I would love to dive back in and make a few cartridge plays on stream, something like that. Is Tyler drunk whenever you call him? I don't call him. We Skype, and Tyler's rarely drunk ever. I think I've seen him drunk. I've seen him drunk once.
Not Jackson.
Not Jackson.
Jackson's a good boy.
He's a baby.
He's a little baby.
And then there's another Jackson right there. Another Jackson.
Someone suggesting.
Another Jackson coming up, guys.
Someone asked if I could make a little square zine comic that I can put in the box with the worms. I could, but I mean, I think people really would want more just like gameplay related things. So that's where I'm trying to put my focus. It's kind of this weird back and forth of like, I like doing teasers 2 to 3 months before the game comes out. And if the game's kind of slowing down.
Does it smell like the roast? Does it smell good downstairs?
Not the. She thinks you're talking about the brush.
Oh. No, BG, when you were downstairs, could you smell the roast cooking? I don't think they plugged in the crock pot.
Well, good for you. Here, you want to just take her down, and I'll be down in like 15, 20 minutes. I can just
15 or 20 minutes.
Well, I just want to answer some questions, and I really can't think when I hear talking behind me.
It is 10:46, and this thing started at 9.
Okay, then 15 minutes. 15 minutes of uninterrupted thoughts.
Okay, and no questions about bullshit.
No questions about bullshit.
I'll hear you downstairs, you motherfuckers.
Hey guys, you should ask me questions about bullshit. Okay, once Danielle and Peach leave, I will have my brain back again.
God.
Did we take out?
Want us to leave so you can look at videos of people
rolling in mud? Where are the winners? Oh, you put them back in the box.
I didn't do anything.
Did I put them back in the box?
I'm sure you did.
I'm gonna blame you. I gotta remember to do this before I go downstairs to announce the winners.
Tell me when you're ready to go downstairs, Peachy.
I don't want to do this downstairs.
Oh, should I just carry it downstairs? You want to do it at the table?
You're looking beautiful, Peachy.
Looking a nice tan. What quarantine? I've been outside every day.
Okay.
Let me take a picture again.
This is a kind of squat and babe.
Isn't this the 2 to 3 month mark? I don't think we're at the 2 to 3 month mark. If I did, we would be doing the teasers. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, once I feel like we're only a few months away from releasing, then you'll start seeing a lot of teasers, and you'll probably start seeing blog posts and whatever else. We are not there yet. Very little has gotten finished in the month that we've been in quarantine. For the past month, not much has gotten done. I'm hoping that picks up soon. We got to do what we got to do. Things are just moving slower overall because of the stuff that we want to add. What are those are the tops.
Oh, yucky garbage. Oh, yucky.
Okay, you can
Here.
carry this,
Help mommy.
and I'll carry the paintbrushes over there. Bye, guys.
Everybody say bye to Peach.
Bye.
Who are you?
I'm a Cheeto. Eat me out.
They can hear you from right here.
And I do whatever I do, but no, it's gone. She only stayed here for one day.
She stayed in for much longer than one day.
Stay.
Okay, are you gonna take this? Don't drop it.
At my house.
Say bye.
I like it bye. I like my little dance. Why am I Animal Crossing? I like my little baby sauce. Why am I a little cheaty? I am a little cheaty.
Okay, bye Peachy.
Bye.
She's a Cheeto, yes.
Can you open the door?
Open the door for mommy.
Well, how do you do that?
Okay, we have 10 minutes. You have 10 minutes to ask me all your questions. I'll tell you all my lies. And then I'll post on Twitter about the a derp. I'm sure that there were questions I didn't answer, so please feel free to ask them again. It was surprisingly difficult to think when Peach was doing her channel behind me. So let me know what I missed. Yeah, questions. Give me questions about bull stuff. And I was essentially your suicide. My daughter was born 4.5 years ago. And from a little bit before that point to my wife giving birth, stuff with Danielle, just like health stuff. There were, random lawsuits threatened, just an overall like dog pile of horrible shit that happened that made me absolutely hate the industry and question why I was still doing it. When I didn't really need to, I could do whatever else. And do I really still like it? Or is it completely tainted by my bad experiences? And I questioned if it was still worth it. Like if I'm sacrificing too much time with my family, I could be spending time with my family instead of working. And questioning what, if it was worth it or not. And when we started doing The End Is Nigh, I felt like it would be my last game. And it slowly became about all of that stuff. The feeling of like never ending torment of constantly just being shit upon and having people take advantage of you and bad shit happening. And you're just waiting for when it's going to break you. And I made a game about that stuff, and that's what The End Is Nigh was. But once I finished it, I actually started to feel that feeling again of like, I want to keep doing this. Like it felt expressive. It felt like it kind of like got it out of my system. I felt like, I will spend more time with my family. I will innovate around the shortcomings of independent work. I will, I have money now. I will hire people to help me work on things. I will not overwork myself. I will protect myself, legally, so I don't get in trouble with that sort of stuff. And, just basically building myself back up after being pummeled to the ground for a good year by repeated assholes and just shit situations that just happened. So The End Is Nigh was that. It was me wanting to kind of quit and questioning why I was doing it, and it leaving such a bad taste in my mouth And in the end, it answered the question. The question was, do I want to keep doing this? And then the end question was yes. Somebody's asking about tips for game design. If you Google Edmund McMillan do's and don'ts, there'll be an article, and it lists all my do's and don'ts for new and existing developers. They're all still legit. I wrote it like 11 years ago or something, but I still stand by all of them. They're all things that you need to do. And it's not just about game design. It's just about, I think, general independent art, about innovating and business and all that other good stuff. Will there be different color egg counters, or will all the proglotted cards hit hard with just one color egg counter? Yeah, it's just one universal egg counter. Same egg counter will activate all of them. When Repentance is done and you completely leave Nicholas, who will own the rights to The Binding of Isaac and The End is Nigh? I own the rights to all of my projects currently that I have. Obviously not Meat Boy because that's a Team Meat product, but Nicholas license, they license my work to publish it, and that's kind of how it works. So it's basically a contract that says they own the licensing rights, so I can't work with another publisher on that project for X amount of years, essentially. So that's not an issue. And that's just another one of the things I'm talking about. You learn to protect yourself legally overall. So that sort of stuff can't happen. And there's those fairly strange rumors. People always tell me like that Nicholas somehow screwed Pixel out of Cave Story, when I'm pretty sure that's not the case, because I'm quite sure that they're still friends. But what are you gonna do? There's always weird rumors. I always double check on them, and most of them aren't true. Do you think that I should contribute to the End is Nigh anniversary? Sure. I think you should contribute to everything that's fun for you to do. Teasers for Four Souls 2.0. What are you adding? Adding a lot of stuff. I don't have teasers for them because I have no art made for them. I just have a bunch of design documents and ideas that I want to do. I will not start working on Four Souls 2.0 stuff until Repentance is finished and out, because a lot of the cards revolve around Repentance things, and a lot of it will be kind of spoilery as well. So we cannot do a Kickstarter for the big Four Souls expansion until after Repentance has been out for a few months, just to not spoil things. Do you think Repentance will be harder to run on lower end PCs? Probably just a little bit. I mean, if you played the Anti-Birth mod, or if you saw a video of the Anti-Birth mod, you probably noticed that there are a lot more visual effects going on. And with more visual effects that stack, the more it might hit a lower end PC. But really, like, the Binding of Isaac doesn't require some high end PC to do much of anything, so you'd probably be okay. And if it becomes a problem, we can always look into lowering or doing settings or something like that. Edmund, have you ever relied on a substance to get your work done? Coffee, alcohol, or other? I don't do drugs, and I don't drink. Not a huge caffeine guy. I like to, like a Coke or whatever else, and cut it off there. I'm not a huge coffee guy. There's been a few times where I've been over caffeinated and I don't like the way I feel. There was a time during Gish development when Danielle was taking Adderall, and I used to take a pill when I would go to work, because we would work 24-hour shifts and during crunch time. I don't recommend it. It made me feel weird, especially heart-wise. It makes you have like weird rapid heartbeat. It felt weird, but I did get a lot of work done. But that was the only time I ever used a substance to get work done. I used to experiment with sleep deprivation, if that does something for you. There was a time way back in the day that when I wrote the backup files of Freddy the Robot, I was super sleep deprived. I would go 48 hours without sleeping, and then I would try to write or, I was just experimenting with a bunch of different things. And that was as close to doing drugs, I think. Where was I? Do I think that VR is a fad? It's getting closer to not being a fad. I think that this current iteration of VR has some validity, but I don't think any iteration below that has. It's getting closer to something. I don't know for sure. I would still lean towards fad, but I do see it being a thing for a lot of people, and I have seen some interesting things done with it. So, but yeah. What is the secret to my youth? Well, it's slowly going away. As you can see, my forehead's growing. So I'm not that youthful anymore. I'm 40 now. The only other secret to my youth is the fact that I'm Mexican, 25%. And it keeps my my skin nice, even though I'm out in the sun a lot. Can I program? No. I learned some action scripting back in my early Flash days, and I hated doing it. I just hated it. And the moment I started working with somebody that could do it better than I could, I never looked back, and I never wanted to touch it again. I'm just not a programmer at all. It does not make me feel good. It does not make me happy to do it. Any plans to expand Legend of Bumbo? I would love to expand. So the Bumbo situation is a really weird situation, and the situation revolves around the fact that essentially releasing Bumbo and other things that were happening with James at the time completely broke him, just destroyed him. And he is still a pile of bones and flesh currently. He keeps wanting to get back up and continue to finish what he was working on when it comes to Bumbo, and it's just not happening. So I wanted to do an expansion, but realistically, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to work anymore on Bumbo. So I've been talking to publishers, and I think there's one that I might go with. Not positive yet though, but once we sign the deal with them, I'd like to, once they port the game and add in the stuff to the PC version that I still want to add, I do have the rough outlines of an expansion for it. I would like to explore that, but I'm not comfortable even thinking or talking about expansions for The Legend of Bumbo until it's in a place that I am very proud of, and I can't say that I'm super proud of it right now, which sucks, but there's not much I can do outside of hiring other people to help me finish it, which I am doing. Okay. Do you experiment with or have ideas for other major genres? Yes, of course. I have designs for an RTS. I have designs for a Myst style horror game, and I'd like to do a first person shooter at some point in time too. I mean, all that stuff interests me. I'd like to do it. It's just, when do I do it, And I always tend to bite off more than I could chew, and work on multiple projects. And I'd like to just finish up the stuff that's on my plate so I can clear my head. Like, I'm still working on stuff that's from so many years ago, and I want to clean my plate and finally look at an empty plate and then figure out what I want to eat next, instead of just piling more food on top of it and I can't taste what I'm eating anymore, So I'm waiting for that. So once Repentance is out, Four Souls 2.0 is out, the only thing that I'll be working on will be Mugenics. And that's what I want to be working on, and that's what I've been waiting to work on. And I would like that to be my main project for a year or two. Will Four Souls 2.0 be its own game, or will it play with the original? No, it's just gonna be an expansion. It'll be a large expansion to the game that will add on top of the expansion, we'll add a bunch of optional mechanics on ways to change up gameplay to make it more interesting. Are you going to make an app game for the Android? There is a publisher that is working on porting Legend of Bumbo to Android. So that'll be a thing. Can the Tapeworm character choose between the 4 proglotted cards? That is something that people were asking. If I can balance them in a way that makes them interesting. What I'd like more is if they were random. Like you take the 4 cards, shuffle them, pick one at random, and that's your starting card. I don't see why that can't happen. It's an interesting idea. But I have to figure out the wording, and the wording has to go onto the character card. Okay. I got to wrap this up soon because I'm going over my time limit here. A big box Ameritrash board game. I would love to do a big box Ameritrash board game one day with lots of figurines and dice. Totally. I love Ameritrash stuff. It's great. And I could see myself doing that in a year or two if this is still a thing and if I'm still interested in board games. I'd love to do something, akin to Kingdom Death or something like that. I think that would be neat. Someone's asking about if I ever thought about doing a Metroidvania. The End is Nigh was my Metroidvania. Not many people count it as such, but it is. It embodies what a Metroidvania is about. A lot of people who haven't played may not know this, but you start the game with all your abilities, but you just don't know you have them until they're explained to you. And then once you realize that these abilities do X, Y, Z, you can backtrack and then venture into other parts of the game. And that's what makes it that's what makes a Metroidvania, really. I just did it differently. Someone's asking if Four Souls 2.0 will add a mechanic with different floors. Yeah, that's one of the major mechanics. There's going to be a room deck that will add modifiers that change as you kill enemies. Right now I'm playing with the idea of each time an enemy dies, you change the room, and the room will change how things work. There's some cool stuff. I think you guys will really like it. And some of the stuff that I'm experimenting with right now in the Tapeworm promos, especially with the white worm design that you haven't seen yet, which I think is the coolest. Will Four Souls 2.0 have a big enough box to hold all the cards and pieces? Yes, that will be needed to be. I would love it to be some sort of really neato chest that actually like the top opens. I think that would be super cool. It would be at the very least, it's going to be double wide, a double wide box. And I want to pack in a bunch of physical extras that you play with, that we can add. I heard that you explained The Binding of Isaac and Bumbo as wanting to make games you can play indefinitely. Have you any interest in making online multiplayer games? Those are just too difficult. They're too time consuming. They require too many people in order to make. And that kind of stuff doesn't interest me. The small scale stuff that I've seen, like stuff like Jason Rohrer does, is interesting, but hasn't caught my attention enough for me to want to do something with it. I don't know, but in 2.0, will the bone be fine tuned? During the next Kickstarter, I will reach out. I will open up my brain for input, and before we reprint any cards, I will ask what cards would need to be rebalanced, and we can do a stream and powwow about what cards need to be balanced. And I will fix whatever's. I don't think the bone's broken though. It's good. It's definitely a high tier item because of its versatility. I play Magic, and I knew that putting 3 abilities on a card, much like Jason Mind Sculptor, you put a bunch of abilities on one card, even if they're minor abilities. You've got something that could be pretty busted because the options are king. But I think, if anything, we balance something like Dark Arts for Dark Judas. But we can definitely venture down that. Have I ever played Hero Quest? yeah, that was one of the two games from my childhood that I loved the most were Hero Quest and Volcano Run. I also had this one called Atmosphere, which was a VHS game one. Those are like 3 games from my childhood that I remember the most. No one would play Hero Quest with me. My friends sucked. I was the only one that was interested in the really nerdy stuff. I didn't have nerdy friends until middle school. But something like Hero Quest, but Hero Quest is not really that good. It's sadly not that good. But something like it, yes, sure. I'd like to make a fully randomized, dungeon crawly, Isaac-y type board game with cool giant bosses with tons of randomized abilities like Kingdom Death. Something very random. Am I going to make more tarot cards? I don't see why not. I'd like to make that happen for the next Kickstarter. Would you add a gray bag for 2.0 counters? Yeah, sure. That sounds good to me. When will we get a Four Souls version of Platinum Angel? So, Platinum Angel basically says no one can win the game if Platinum Angel is in play, except for you, I think. There are certain cards that are like considered, what's the wording? You want activity. You want there to be interactivity between things, and there's certain cards that just lock it off that are kind of no-nos. You don't want to make it so people just can't do something, and you can. But we'll get that. Maybe we'll get there. We just got to figure it out. Alternate rule set to make Four Souls better for 2 players would be nice. I have some basic rules for co-op, which I'll definitely flesh out more. And put it in. But are you playing draft rules? Because if you're playing 2-player, you should be drafting a few cards first, so you have an arsenal right off the bat. It makes it more competitive and more fun, like straight up. Plastic nickels for 2.0, it's a possibility. I really loved making the coins. That was like my favorite part of the physical extras for the Kickstarter. Okay, I'm gonna go. This was fun. I hope you had fun. This was the most chaotic stream ever. And if you're still here, kudos to you. Keep spreading the word. Like, you guys have no idea how much power you actually have. You feel like you don't, but you have a lot of power. And if you just tell a few people about the game on Facebook, on Reddit, on Twitter, anywhere, you'd be surprised. Stuff will get around. And keep submitting cool stuff. I really love all the creative stuff people have been submitting. I will keep doing more stuff like that as we go. And that's it.